Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Demon Slayer Season 3, Episode 3. If you want to see my reaction videos about the last episode, or maybe also about all of my binge watching of Demon Slayer, I'm gonna put some links, into the eye. I'm gonna put also the links to the playlist that I made for other animes that I'm reacting to, like right now. I'm reacting to My Hero Academia, and for sure I reacted also to all of Attack on Titan and stuff like that. So if you can be interested, I'm gonna put links. Okay, about Demon Slayer, just last time that we saw each other, during the intro, I was really mad, at people who are telling spoilers, in the comments. I think that they understood the thing, I didn't have this issue during the last video, into the comments of the last video and also around that, so thank you for that, guys. I'm saying thank you for 95% of you who are always nice, always respectful with that, and thank you for the 5% of you who finally understood that they had to shut their mouths, because yes, for me, a spoiler, it's not just a big information, it's also a little information, like everything is a spoiler, like if you have to consider that I didn't read the manga, so I'm really learning everything in each episode that I watch right there with you guys, so yes, everything is a spoiler, and if you are watching carefully my videos and listening to my intros and reviews, you can know what is a spoiler for me, because I'm telling you, my theories and what I understood, what I remembered, all of that, so thank you for those of you who are respecting that and continue to be careful like that, it's nice, thank you for that. During the last episode we learned a lot of stuff, a lot of facts which were important. The fact that we have a wielder who is impressive, really amazing, who was really amazing, really impressive centuries ago. They made that doll, based on him. That guy was using the sun breathing technique. That guy is a descendant of the Mist Ashira. And around that, maybe we can have theories. For my theories, I think that wielder is Upper One, became Upper One. Was it before or after he met Tanjiro's ancestor? I don't know. For me it was maybe before, because of his appearance, because of things like that, but at the same time he said during this flashback that he did bad stuff, that he's not such a good person, and also maybe in fact he was already Upper One and that's why he said that, and maybe he can change his appearance. During that meeting, when he met Tanjiro's ancestor, he gave him his earrings, something happened, with the mark, something like that. Or, another of my theory, the fact that maybe still, I'm saying still like that because we know now that this guy is an ancestor of the Mist Ashira, but I'm beginning to think that this guy is also an ancestor of Tanjiro. And that would explain the fact that they all have the rings, they all have the same mark because they are ancestors. At some point it would mean that the Mist Ashira is gonna have this mark also. We'll see. But for me, yes, maybe he is also one of Tanjiro's ancestors. It would explain the fact that they are all looking like each other, the fact that we had flashbacks with Tanjiro's dad, and clearly Tanjiro's dad was looking like this wielder, so for me there is something around that. It would explain the fact that right there the wielder intervened to save Tanjiro's ancestor, so he was around, and it was important for him to save Tanjiro's ancestor, something around that. It would mean that the Mist Ashira and Tanjiro are cousins, something like that. I don't know. The Mist Ashira, I knew that he had attention, issues. Like really the guy can't focus really on one thing for a long time, like he's really dreamy. During the beginning of the second episode, it really disturbed me, the fact that he didn't remember about Nezuko and even about Tanjiro and all. So I was disturbed by that, I began to make theories around that, but now I think that in fact it's because of the fact that he has memory issues also, and that can go with the fact that he has also attention issues. Still, even if he has these issues, that I can totally understand, I have issues myself, with this character, with what he said, to that kid, like it was so rough. But at the same time, Tanjiro, he said it's not malicious at all, it's just like that, like he's just saying it because he thinks it, and it's not to be mean and all. Even if you're not saying it to be mean, no matter what, it's mean and it's impacting people. And right there, this little kid, we saw him crying, and that was sad, to see him like that. But after that, that kid was the one to train Tanjiro, and he trained him well because Tanjiro learned something. He learned that, okay, it's important to attack, to know how to attack, to defend himself also, but now he knows also how to predict his enemy's attacks, and that's also really important. So he learned that during the last episode, that was cool. He managed to break the door, and because of that, that sword was revealed, and I think that it is the mystery weapon that Tanjiro was searching. So it's cool. I think that this episode is going to be about that, about discovering more about that weapon. Do we have things, around this weapon, like can it do particular things? Maybe it's made also with something particular. I think that yes, this episode is going to be about that. It would be great also to discover more about the Mist Ashira. I mean, not more information about his background and stuff like that, but more about his character, how he's acting. Like, it would be nice, to be really honest, to see him being nice. For me to connect more with him, to appreciate him at least, it would be great. Because I don't want to have that bad impression, of one of the Ashiras. They are good people, and right there I can recognize also that the Mist Ashira, he was right with certain things that he said, and no matter what, he did all of that to be able to train against that door, because he knows that it's going to be important, for fighting against the demons, against the 12 also in particular. Maybe he knows, about Upper One being like the wielder. Maybe he knows really what's happening with that. But because of his attention issues and his memory issues, he doesn't remember it for sure, or he's not thinking, about saying it to Tanjiro and maybe to the other Ashira. But yes, I can understand that he has his reasons, to act like that, and it's good reasons, like he wants to train, he wants to fight the demons, to be good enough, and he is amazing. And I understood that it's impressive because of the fact that he's little, and you don't suspect him to be that good when you're just looking at him. So yes, I can understand and I can see all of that. But for me to appreciate the guy for now, I'm not there yet. So yes, an episode also with stuff about him, it would be nice. And also to see him using his ability, because when we discovered Rengoku, for example, it was so cool to discover his ability, what he was doing, the explanation, behind his abilities. So right there, the Mist Ashira, it would be nice to see it also. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro. Let's go for this episode 3. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon, on which you can have these episodes earlier, one day sooner, and with an extended or 4 action part. For the first episode, I put the 4 action part, and for the last one, I can't remember, and I can't know in advance, you know, it's really when it's big episodes, I'm putting the 4 action part, when I can't cut into it, when I don't want to cut into it because too many things are happening and I'm reacting a lot. And no matter what, extended reaction part, I'm saying it each time, are interesting for you guys because I'm not forced to cut each 5 seconds, to play with opacity and stuff like that. Stuff that I'm forced to do for YouTube to not have my videos blocked. So if you want these advantages and if you want also to support me, I'm a little reactor, it's on my Patreon. And you can support me only, you know, for the time of Demon Slayer of this new season, if you're only interested by Demon Slayer. Okay, let's go for this episode. You have one now. You deserve it. Yes. But someone can take care of it. One of your old friends? A certain swordsmith, no? You're strong now. The sword! Trust him. Kotetsu, are you okay with that? Ah, okay, you're not okay with it, kid. Okay. I'm not okay with it neither. You're out! Kotetsu! Really? I'm not really surprised, but okay. Oh, not nice. Died? Maybe he can become one. You were not nice. You deserved it. No! You want him, you know, to put it under his pillow so the little mouse is gonna come? I don't know if you have that in your country. Like it's gonna accept. You want to be friends with everyone. Oh, it was for that! So cute. Oh, you're gonna be attacked or something like that, you. The demon inside of this vase. Oh fuck!
の中の刀鍛冶の肉など食えたものではないわ。しかしここを潰せば鬼狩りどもも急がねばけれどもあのお方はお怒りじゃ。はよあのお方に立てつく者どもおっさんできたか。
It was your sword, Miss? Ooh.
兄貴、俺はやらないといけないんだ。
You made a promise to your brother?
金森っていう刀鍛冶知らない？多分鋼塚さんと一緒にいるんじゃないかな。一緒に探そうか。なんでそんなに人を構うの？
Because it's nice.
君のやるべきことがあるんじゃないの？人のためにすることは結局巡り巡って自分のためにもなっているものだし。
And no matter what, to be nice with people,
今なんて言ったの？
at some point the universe is gonna help you.
ちょうどいいよって。
Do you remember her now?
その子、何かすごく変な生き物だな。変ですか？僕は前にもそのことある。前もそうだったんだ。
The fact you don't remember.
誰か来てます？そうだね。
You're gonna know that it's one of them. And you're already attacking?
間違いなく条件。
I want you to see your ability.
仕留められなかった。
Wait a minute.
なんで反撃してこない？条件じゃないのか。
He is, but he's not fighting back. Wait. Don't wait, okay?
でも条件は首を切ったからといって必ず死ぬとは限らない。
You know it. Ah! Yes, and that's a stronger part of him. Thank you, Nezuko. Oh, Tokito. None of you is armed now.
豆粒が遠くまでよく飛んだ。わしはただひたすら腹立たしい。そうかい。離れられてよかったの。
I don't understand. None of you is old now. None of you has that personality that the old guy has.
あの着状。まず意識が。
It's conducting the electricity.
屋根に誰か。
Genya.
剣や。
A gun? We have guns into this universe? We didn't see any before.
倒せ。切ったら切っただけ分裂。
You think? So now we're gonna have 4 of them?
首を切られることに頓着してない。4段に分裂。再生が早い。規則性はない。
Yes, 4
ど
of
こ
them.
が一番早く治る。
And how did they come back, you know, to being just one and the other one? Oh, you're beautiful, but it's not the question.
4人とも違うんだ。
Yes?
俺に構うな。ゲリを手助け。
Oh!
悲しいほど弱い。火を振りかけろ。 捕まれ。メダリ。
I'm afraid that they're gonna continue to attack like they want to kill them like that. They want to kill you. And and you're not enough right there to
早く戻らなきゃ
to go against 4, 8, 16? I don't know.
助ける優先順位は低い。襲われているならまず佐藤さん。技術や能力の高いものを優先して守らなければ。
Oh, to think like that, it's so rough.
今やるべきは上限の鬼を抹殺して。
Really, you have no feelings, like.
人のためにすることは巡り巡って自分のために。逃げろ。邪魔になるからさっさと逃げてくれない。
In just one sentence, he convinced you, Tanjiro? I appreciate that. I'm totally shocked by this episode. Like, with a title like that, I really thought that it would be about the sword, discovering more about it, having information about it, stuff like that. And I really didn't think that during this episode we would have an attack, and not only one attack, in fact. We have two of the upper rank demons attacking right now at the same time. We are discovering more, about one of them, that old guy who was terrified, who was crying, who didn't want to attack. In fact, he didn't want to attack because he knew that if they would attack him first and they would kill him first, he would be divided into parts at the beginning, and because of that he would get stronger, younger, so it was on purpose. But it disturbed me, to understand that ability that this demon has, because it means that that demon is so strong, so powerful. To be able to do that, like, you're dividing yourself into different parts, and these different parts are different demons with different powers. So, each time you can't predict the demon who is gonna appear and what powers this demon is gonna have. Is it infinite, like, can it go, like, you can have 100 of demons like that? And are they really stronger and more powerful each time? Or in fact, no, there is a rule behind that, the fact that each time that you are dividing yourself, okay, you have different demons with different powers, but each time, the power is less important or less powerful. Oh, I'm totally surprised by the fact that this episode, turned out to be like that. At the beginning I was like, okay, something about the sword, something about the swordsmith, something about the Mist Ashira, something about Genya, we're coming back to that. But this episode really in just one instant switched, and it was two upper rank demons attacking, killing already a swordsmith, and already, putting our guys in such a bad position because of powers which are so strong. And in a way now the demon with the vase, okay, he's awful, his power, it's awful, like what he did to the body of that guy, that was so gross. But I'm really more worried and I'm really more scared, by the other demon. The fact that at first it was just an old guy crying, being terrified and all, and almost pushing himself to act because of his master, like, we can have this impression, at the beginning that he doesn't want to act, to intervene, that he's too terrified, too scared. And in fact, for me, is the most powerful, between these two. The Mist Ashira, his power, Tokito, it's so great. I was waiting, to see him using his power, really his ability, to see how it's functioning. It's a cool one. So far, I think that it's my favorite one, in fact. Even, with our guys, with Tanjiro, for sure, Tanjiro's technique is so beautiful and all. But for all of the Ashira that we met, and even our guys, yes, his power is really interesting. It's beautiful also how it's done, But right there it was not enough and he was sent away. The fact that in just one sentence Tanjiro touched his heart and changed his way of thinking, you know, about stuff, like really running back to the village, it was really like, a kid, I'm not gonna stay, you know, for just one kid, like I have to save the village, it's more important than just one person. And he was thinking also like, it's a kid, he doesn't know a lot of things, I need to save, you know, the people who know a lot of things, who are really important, who are really useful, and also really useful for the fight which is happening right now. Like, he was thinking in really a rational way, without any feeling involved, and I think that it's that, in fact, about him. The fact that he has attention issues, he has memory issues, he can say really mean stuff, like really difficult stuff to say to people without being malicious about it. Tanjiro said it, but I said it, even if you don't want to be mean, to say something mean, it's not okay, you know, I was not okay with that. But now, you know, what I understand of his personality with this episode is the fact that he has no feelings, in fact, like really nothing, no emotions, like he was really thinking in a rational way, and maybe that's why I have difficulties, you know, to connect with him, to appreciate, you know, how he's functioning, not him. Because I said it, I can see that he's such an amazing fighter, I can see his reasons and stuff like that, so it's not like I don't appreciate him, it's really like I don't appreciate how he's functioning, you know, how he's thinking, because he's thinking without any feelings and emotions involved. And maybe now I can understand more why I don't appreciate that, you know, and his way of functioning, because my way of functioning is such, you know, the opposite of that. Like, I'm someone, really, I'm saying it each time, I'm an emotional person, and I was diagnosed like that. Like, really, my emotions, like, you can, you think that you can see all of my emotions, you see 10% of them, you know, inside. I'm saying it each time, I'm not just sad, I'm on the floor, I'm destroyed, I'm not just mad, I'm beyond mad, I want to kill people and all, like, really, I don't have little emotions. So I really think that maybe it can be an explanation why I have trouble to appreciate his way of functioning, because it's the total opposite, you know, of my way of functioning. But yes, Tanjiro, he said you one sentence and it's, you know, it switched, you know, for him inside of his head, like, okay, I'm gonna intervene to save that kid. That's great, you know, because we want him to be saved. But yes, that was unexpected, you know, just one sentence. But at the same time, what Tanjiro said, I can understand it so much. Yes, to be nice with someone, at some point, you know, maybe it can turn to be something good for you. It can help you. Me, you know, in my real life, my mojo, it's more like to be nice and to do nice things and to be someone nice and all of that. At some point, the universe, you know, is gonna thank you for that, and is gonna give you something nice in return. Maybe not that person and that thing, you know, in particular with which you were nice, you acted nice, but at some point, the universe is gonna reward you for being someone nice. So yes, it was going a little what Tanjiro said with my way of functioning. Like, really, Tanjiro, you and me. Genya, what he said. First, Genya, I thought that it was Genya, you know how it was written. Genya, okay, Genya. What he said, you know, brother, I have to do this. For me, it sounded, you know, like a promise that maybe he made to his brother. Alive or dead, his brother? Alive or dead. But yes, a promise that he made to his brother. He said, I have to do this, so I don't know. A promise or an excuse? I have to do this. You know, it can be a promise, like, I promised you that I would do that, I'm gonna do it. And it could be an excuse, you know, like, brother, I'm sorry, but I have to do this. Do you understand what I mean? I don't know now. At first, you know, I thought of a promise. Now I'm not so sure anymore. Yes, again! I was totally surprised by it because so far, you know, into this universe I only saw swords. So I thought that guns, you know, were not happening into this universe. And it surprised also Tanjiro. Tanjiro didn't know what it was. So I want to know more about that, you know, how is it? Is it natural, normal to have a gun? Or is it something like, no, only Genya has this mysterious weapon? The fact that Tanjiro didn't connect the dots about that sword that he found, you know, inside of that door, which is so old and old. You were searching for a mystery weapon. You discovered a mystery weapon inside of an old door, and you didn't connect the dots, you know. Like, you know, at first he didn't want to take the sword, like, no, it's not for me, and all, like, connect the dots. And I want him to take it at the end. You deserve it, you know, like, you want it. I think that they made it like that, you know, if that sword was hidden like that inside of that door, it was for, if one day someone would manage, you know, to kill the door, that person would win that sword. So yes, I think that you deserve it. The intervention, you know, of the swordsmith like that, it was fun. All of the tickers thing, that was fun. But yes, after all of that first part of this episode, being about the sword, being about the Mist Ashira, being about Genya, being so fun and all, I was so surprised, you know, for the second part of the episode to turn into not only an action moment, but an attack moment, you know, and with two upper rank demons who are so great, who are so powerful, and to discover also the power of this particular demon who can divide himself into so many parts and so many strong, powerful parts. So now what? During the 5 next episodes, it's gonna be about this attack. It's gonna be about surviving, just surviving to that. I didn't think that, you know, for the chronology, the rhythm of the anime and all, it would happen right now. I was not prepared for that. You know that I'm not watching any trailers, I'm not searching, you know, for any promotional pictures, I didn't read the mangas and nothing like that, so really, each time, I'm just discovering each new episode with you guys, so right there, they really took me by surprise with all of that. It's cool, it's really cool, but I'm disturbed. Right there, yes, we have two Ashira, we have the Mist Ashira and the Love Ashira. I don't know where she is right now. For me, she's still around. We have Nezuko for sure, we have Tanjiro and Genya. You know, it's 5 of them against 2 upper rank demons, so maybe it can be enough. But I'm not even sure that it can be enough. No, I'm just surprised, you know, by that thing, you know, about dividing yourself into younger and stronger parts. For me to make it a little rational, that power of dividing yourself into different demons, it would be, you know, to make it rational if all of these parts, okay, they are stronger and younger, but their powers, you know, little by little, they are not so powerful, you know, or useful or something like that. And it can't be infinite, you know, like it has to stop at some point. And how can you really kill a demon like that? If each time that you're cutting one, this is happening. It's not by cutting them, burning them, or maybe only one who is really like the first one, in fact. No, for me the first one, it was the old guy. And how is it happening also, like, are they all coming back, you know, at some point, they're merging, they're going together like that, like they are eating each other, so they can come back to be only one, only the old guy? Or is it a question of timing, you know, like 1 hour and that's it, everyone is coming back to be only one demon? I want to know what is happening with that demon, like the rules. Normally, I'm saying the rules of this universe, how it's happening. Like right there, it's only the rules of this demon that I want to understand. It's cool, it's really cool to have a demon like that. It's amazing. And I'm really worried and scared by a demon like that. In a way, much more than the vase demon, who is okay, awful, with his ability and with also maybe his personality. But right there, also, the personalities of all of these demons composing, you know, only one demon, the fact that they all have a different ability, a different personality, a different way of doing stuff now, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, like, I really don't know what is happening with that one. And they are really going after all guys, like Tanjiro right there was sent away, you know, with all of what happened. Tanjiro, he was like, okay, I need to come back to the village to help people. But no, the demon stayed with him because right there, they are intervening, you know, these two apparent demons, to kill them. Like, they don't want, you know, to kill a lot of people, to target this village and all of that. They want to kill the Ashiras, the demon slayers, like, they're not gonna leave, they're not gonna let you go also until you're killed. It's not the same, you know, like, for the attitude, for the fact that they're gonna stay, they're not gonna give up, they're not gonna run away. I don't think so, you know, with that ambition, you know, that reason to intervene at the beginning. Oh, it was a cool episode. You know, first part of the episode I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm just gonna put the extended reaction part for this episode, in fact, on my Patreon. Second part of this episode I was like, I'm gonna put the full reaction part, I'm not gonna be able to cut into it. So yes, I think that I'm gonna put the full reaction part for this episode. Okay, it was a cool episode. Tell me what did you think about it. Tell me what do you think about the power of the old guy demon, you know, like what is happening right there. Again, I think that you understood it. If you know what is happening right there, if you have the answers, you know, to my questions, don't tell me anything on the comments. Be careful with the spoilers. Continue to be careful with the spoilers. You did great last week. Continue with that. But no matter what, you know, without telling me spoilers, you can tell me, you know, what do you think of it, you know, like, are you scared of it? Are you impressed by it? The first time that you discovered it, you know, what was your first reaction? Stuff like that. Okay, I'm gonna stop this video right now. It's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.